Hello friends, today we are going to derive an expression for electric potential due to a electric dipole. Previously we derived the electric potential due to a point charge. Now over here we have to derive an electric potential for electric dipole. For that we should understand what is electric dipole. When we have two charges of same magnitude but opposite charges is basically called it as electric dipole. Here we have two charges plus q and minus q having the same magnitude. Therefore we can say that we have two charge and it makes a dipole, and this will be called it as electric dipole. Two charges of same magnitude but opposite charges is basically called it as electric dipole, which you have studied in 11th class. Now since we have two charges at these 2 points, there will be certain electric potential at every point in this system due to these two charges. Yes. And before that, I am telling you that this derivation is very, very important for board examination. ये बोर्ड एग्जामिनेशन में आने के बहुत चांसेस हैं. मैक्सिमम टाइम से बोर्ड एग्जामिनेशन में पूछा गया है और ये और भी आ सकता है नेक्स्ट बोर्ड एग्जामिनेशन में, एज वेल एज आपके प्रीलियम्स में भी आएगा ये, और बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट डेरिवेशंस में से है, तो आपको इस पे कॉन्सेंट्रेट करना है. नाउ वी विल सी द डिटेल एक्सप्लेनेशन ऑफ डायग्राम विच इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर एनी डेरिवेशन. इफ यू नो द डिटेल एक्सप्लेनेशन ऑफ डायग्राम इट इज वेरी इजी टू डिराइव इट. अगर आपको डायग्राम एक बार अच्छे से समझ आ गया तो आप कोई भी डेरिवेशन एकदम आराम से डिराइव कर सकते हैं. तो इसीलिए अभी आपको इस डायग्राम पे कॉन्सेंट्रेट करना है. सी ओ हियर वी हैव टू चार्जेस ऑफ सेम मैग्नीट्यूड बट अपोजिट चार्जेस. वन इज q plus q which is at A. We have minus q at point B. The distance between them is L plus L. What will be L plus L distance? That will be twice of L. What is the distance between AB? The distance between AB will be equal to twice of L. By this, what can you say? OA is equal to L and BO is equal to L because O is the midpoint. O is the midpoint at this electric dipole. If we know that we have two charges, it makes an electric dipole. This line which is joining these two, AB, will be called it as dipole axis. AB will be called it as dipole axis. And if we draw a line perpendicular to this dipole, will be called it as equatorial dipole. That will be called it as equatorial dipole. If you draw one line perpendicular to this AB over here, it will be called it as electrical dipole. Now, in this case, this is what a generalized form. Over here, we have to find electric potential at any point. Therefore, we are finding the electric potential at point C. We are finding electric potential at point C. When we take this point as C, and over here we have to find what will be the electric potential due to a positive charge as well as due to a negative charge. You know that from positive charge the electric field will be in outward direction. From a negative charge the electric field will be in inward direction. The distance between C and O is represented by R. CO, distance between CO is small r. Distance from A to C is R1. Distance from C to B is R2. C to B is R2. This one is R1. This is R. Okay. Now, we have derived components over here. We have derived the components. I will explain you one. Suppose we have this triangle like this. This is a perpendicular. This point is D This is A, this one is O, this angle is theta. The angle made by this line CO with AB is called it as theta. Is called it as theta. Angle made by CE with AB. CE or CO, this angle will be called it as theta. Then if we use trigonometric ratio, we will take sine theta. Can you tell me what is sine theta? Yeah, exactly. That is opposite upon adjacent. Then what will be the opposite over here if it is theta? That will be AD. This will be AD upon hypotenuse. And what will be the hypotenuse? That will be this length AO, which is L, which is L. This will be L. Then what will be AD? AD will be L sine theta. Concentrate over here because this part is not given in the textbook. ये जो मैं एक्सप्लेनेशन आपको बता रहा हूं ये टेक्स्ट बुक में नहीं दिया है. टेक्स्ट बुक में डायरेक्टली लिखा हुआ है बाय यूजिंग ज्योमेट्री वी कैन राइट दिस थिंग. तो आपको यहां पे कॉन्सेंट्रेट करना पड़ेगा. देन इफ वी टेक cos theta, what will happen? Cos theta is, yes, adjacent upon hypotenuse. And what will be the adjacent? OD. OD upon hypotenuse is same, that is L. This distance is what? Basically L over here up to this point. Then OD can be written as L cos theta. See this, OD is L cos theta and this one is L sin theta. These are what? The components. Now you understand that we can write AD as L sin theta. We can write it as OD L cos theta. And similarly for triangle EOB. Similarly for triangle EONB. Any doubt regarding this? No. Then I will rub this part. If you know this, similarly for this triangle, OE will be L cos theta and EB or BE will be L sin theta. Okay, then we have to see one more important thing. We have to first of all find the value of R1 and R2. By this, what will happen? It will be easier for us to derive this expression. For finding the value of R1, what will we do? We will take one triangle and that triangle will be ACD. If we see triangle ACD in triangle ACD, if we apply Pythagoras theorem, what will happen? That will be AC square is equal to AD square plus CD square. According to the Pythagoras, if this is perpendicular, this will be perpendicular, this will be hypotenuse. Square of this will be the square of this plus this one, which can be written as AD is L sine theta square of it plus what is CD? This whole distance CO. CO is R. CO is R. Then what will be CD? CD will be R minus L cos theta. CD will be R minus L cos theta. R minus L cos theta square of it. Then this can be written as L square sine square theta plus A minus B whole square is A square minus 2AB plus B square or A square plus B square minus 2AB. This will be R square plus L square cos square theta minus twice of RL cos theta. Okay, then now what will happen? Can we take it out, L square common from these two? It will be L square common, it will be sine square theta plus cos square theta plus r square minus twice of RL cos theta, RL cos theta. Then what is sine square theta plus cos square theta? What is sine square theta plus cos square theta? That is 1. This will be L square plus R square minus twice of RL cos theta. This is AC square. And what is AC? That is R1 square. Then directly write one, R1 square is equal to L square plus R square minus twice of RL cos theta. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, इसको हम बाद में यूज करने वाले हैं. ये स्टेप्स बुक में नहीं दिए हुए. अब if you check inside the book, over there they have directly written that R1 square is equal to L square plus R square minus twice of RL cos theta by geometry. But I explain you each and every step over here. मैंने आपको सारे steps यहाँ बताए. So you have to write the steps for understanding. Okay. Then if we see this triangle, now we have to find the value of R2. And for finding the value of R2, we will take triangle. What will be the triangle now? That will be BEC. That will be BEC. BEC. According to the Pythagoras theorem, over here, it will be, what will be this? According to the Pythagoras theorem, it will be, see this is perpendicular hypotenuse. BC square is equal to BE square plus CE square. Now, what is BC? Is it R1? No, it is R2. Then, what is BE? That is L sine theta. We have written. What is CE? Over here, CO is R and EO is L cos theta. Therefore, here we will having plus R plus L cos theta. Very simple, similar to the previous one only. एकदम पहले जैसे ही है. Then L square sine square theta, A square minus B square can be written, A plus B whole square can be written as A square plus B square plus twice of AB. Then this will be plus. Over here we will having plus, and this will be R2. Now we got the value of R1 as well as of R2, which is very important. ये textbook में नहीं दिया हुआ. अगर आप यहाँ पे, you have to write these steps in your notebooks because it will be very easier to you to understand this derivation. अगर आप ये step लिख लोगे तो आपको derivation समझने में problem नहीं होगा. Okay. Then now we will see the next part. We got the value of R1 and R2 according to this. Now we will see the PPT. What is the appropriate way to explain the diagram? We will see inside the PPT. But before that, you should understand that what is electric dipole. When we see electric dipole, we have two charges of same magnitude, but opposite charges. Okay, now see the detailed explanation over here of the diagram. It will be, figure shows an electric dipole AB consisting of two charges, plus Q and minus Q. Same magnitude, opposite charges, separated by a finite distance, which is twice of L. See this is twice of L, this one is L, and remaining is L, according to the diagram. Now, its dipole moment is P of magnitude. P is equal to Q into twice of L. We derived this formula in 11th class. The formula for electric dipole P is equal to Q into twice of L, where twice of L is the distance between the charges and Q is the magnitude of the charges. The line joining the centers of the two charges is called dipole axis. I explained you that if you have two charges, the line joining is called it as dipole axis. A straight line drawn perpendicular to these two charges, to the axis, and passing through center O of electric dipole is called it as equator of dipole. Let the origin be at center O of the dipole. The center point C over here, O, this will be called it as origin. I explained you this diagram earlier. Okay. Now, see this, the explanation. Let C be any point near the electric dipole at distance r from the center O, inclined at an angle theta with axis of dipole. The distance is r1 and r2 are the distances of point capital C from charges plus q and minus q respectively. I have given this explanation for your notes making. मैंने जो आपको यहाँ पे explanation दिया है वो आपको notes prepare करने में बहुत help करेगा. Explanation में तो मैं आपको पहले बता चुका हूँ, but this derivation over here will be very useful for you. Potential at C due to charge plus Q at A will be, now we have a positive charge, we have one positive charge, and potential due to that will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught R1 into Q, which can also be written as Q 4 pi epsilon naught R1. Since it is a positive charge, in last lecture we have seen, if we have a positive charge, we have positive potential. If we have a negative charge, we have negative potential. Potential at C due to charge minus Q. If we have a minus Q, negative charge, if we have a negative charge, the potential will be negative. V2 is equal to minus Q 4 pi epsilon naught R2. The electrostatic potential is the work done by the electric field per unit charge. V is equal to W upon Q. The potential at C due to the dipole. Now, since we have two charges, we have to find electric potential at point C. There will be the net potential due to the charge plus charge Q and minus charge Q. Therefore, the net potential V will be written as V1 plus V2. Therefore, it will be Q upon 4 pi epsilon will become outwards common. In the bracket, we will having 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2. See this diagram once again. Okay. See this, in textbook they have directly written by geometry R1 square is equal to R square plus L square minus twice of RL cos theta. But I